Every scroll, every clip, every opinion you absorb without question is killing your independence, one thought at a time. You feel it. You feel how easily you get swayed. One moment you are angry, the next you are numb, then you are motivated for 10 minutes, then empty again. You wake up, grab your phone, and before your feet even touch the floor, the world has already told you who to be today, what to want, what to fear, what to hate. You are not just losing time, you are losing ownership of your own mind. You feel overlooked by people who are no smarter than you, disrespected by people who are no better than you, taken advantage of by systems that were built long before you were born, and every time you try to rise, something pulls you back down. You call it bad luck, you call it anxiety, you call it life, but underneath all of that, there is something else. You were never taught to think alone. You were trained to think with the herd. From school to social media, you were rewarded for repeating, not questioning. Agree with the teacher, repeat the textbook, echo the trend, follow the script. When you did, you were praised. When you didn't, you were punished, mocked, or, just ignored. The world needs men who obey, not men who think. So your pain is not random. You are living in a world that punishes independent thought and rewards comfortable slavery. There are people, companies, movements, and entire systems that profit when you stay predictable. They study your likes, your fears, your habits. They feed you exactly what keeps you numb, weak, and honestly, manageable. The world needs men who obey, not men who think. So your pain is not random. You are living in a world that punishes independent thought and rewards comfortable slavery. There are people, companies, movements, and entire systems that profit when you stay predictable. They study your likes, your fears, your habits. They feed you exactly what keeps you numb, weak, and manageable. You think you are choosing, but most of your choices were already chosen for you. There was a man who saw this long before smartphones, long before algorithms, and honestly, long before you were even born. He watched the herd, he watched morality, he watched religion, politics, culture, and he saw something, kind of terrifying. He saw that most people do not think, they just inherit thoughts from others, and call it their beliefs. His name was Friedrich Nietzsche. And he became one of the most feared thinkers in modern history. Nietzsche was not a motivational speaker. He did not want you to feel safe. He wanted you to wake up. He attacked blind faith, blind obedience, blind morality. He observed that the crowd will always try to crush the man who thinks differently, because that man is proof that freedom is possible. He wrote one sentence that, honestly, cuts through everything you were taught. The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. Read that again in your mind. The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. You are not crazy for feeling like you are at war with everyone's expectations. You are not broken for wanting more than the script you were handed. You are simply feeling the pressure of the herd trying to pull you back in. Now we go deeper. The man who thinks alone cannot be controlled. Power. First, understand this. Your attention is a battlefield. Every app, every notification, every headline is designed to make sure you never sit alone with your own thoughts, because a man who sits alone and thinks becomes dangerous. Principle 1. Guard your mental space like a fortress. Think about your typical day. You wake up, you check your phone, you are instantly flooded with other people's lives, opinions, problems, bodies, drama. By the time you've brushed your teeth, your mind is already full of noise that is not yours. The dark psychology behind this is simple. A crowded mind is easy to steer. If your thoughts are never quiet, your choices are never fully yours. You will react, not decide. You will follow the strongest emotion on your screen, not the deepest conviction in your soul. Your action creates sacred time, where nothing and no one enters your head without your permission. No phone, no music, no voices, just you, your thoughts, and a blank page or an empty room. At first it will feel uncomfortable, even painful. Good. That discomfort is your undeveloped mind waking up. Drop this in the comments. My mind is no longer public property. Alright, so, let's talk about breaking the chains. It's not just about rebellion for the sake of it, it's about recognizing the invisible forces that shape our lives, day in and day out. Most of us walk around carrying beliefs and habits we never chose, and honestly, that's a kind of prison. The real freedom? It starts when you begin to see those chains for what they are, and when you decide to break them. Second principle. Distrust borrowed convictions. Take a look at your strongest opinions about relationships, money, success, women, work, morality. Where did they come from? Was it your father, your friends, maybe your favorite influencer, or, heck, a movie, or even a heartbreak? Most men never ask this. They confuse the loudest voice they heard in childhood with truth. They confuse the most repeated slogan online with reality. So they become echo chambers with legs. The psychology here is brutal. Humans would rather belong to a group than be right. You will betray yourself before you will betray the tribe. You will silence your doubts just to avoid standing alone. Your action: take your top 3 beliefs and interrogate them. Why do I believe this? Who benefits from me believing this? What evidence exists against it? If you are terrified to question something, that is exactly what you must question. Drop this in the comments. I will question what I was trained to obey. So, here we are, right at the peak of it all. The moment where independence really gets put to the test. It's that point where every choice, every risk, and every ounce of courage comes together. You know, it's not just about standing alone, but about realizing what you're really capable of when you trust yourself. This is where the journey shifts from uncertainty to clarity, and honestly, it's both terrifying and exhilarating. Independence isn't just an idea anymore, it's a reality, and it changes everything. Third principle. Learn to stomach isolation. A thinking man will always, at some point, walk alone. When you stop laughing at what everyone laughs at, when you stop agreeing with what everyone agrees with, when you stop living how everyone lives, you will feel a chill. You will be called arrogant, cold, crazy, negative. You will be told you are overthinking. You will lose some people. You will lose some comfort, but you will gain something far more valuable: yourself. The dark psychology is that people around you feel threatened when you no longer mirror them. Your independence exposes their dependence. Your questions expose their blind faith. Instead of rising with you, they will try to drag you back. Your action: accept that some loneliness is the tax you pay for owning your mind. Use that loneliness. Build in it. Train in it. Plan in it. This knowledge is for protection, not destruction. Not to become bitter, but to become unbreakable. Drop this in the comments. I would rather walk alone than kneel with the herd. So, just take a moment and really think about it. Where in your life have you accepted isolation, and how has it shaped you? What steps can you take, starting right now, to use that solitude to build something stronger within yourself? Now answer this, honestly, in the comments. Where in your life have you let the tribe think for you, and what is one belief you are finally ready to rebuild on your own terms?